Alright, when looking at one of the big questions in life of theism versus atheism or agnosticism, one of the things that always comes up in that debate is the matter of faith. And people that fall on the side of non-believing, like I do, almost always look at faith as a very negative thing, which is something that comes as a result of not wanting to really look at the situation as it really is. But really, even people that, like myself, believe in science have to have some measure of faith just to function. Now, what I mean by that is that if you look at religion versus science, the main difference that I see is that science has the ability to change. A lot of people will say, well, science actually makes sense when religion doesn't. Well, science only makes sense because it's had the ability to change. When we look at some of the ways that people looked at science in the past, like Thales, who was a pre-Socratic philosopher and scientist, him along with a lot of the other people back then had very strange ideas of what the world was like, and that was science at the time. Through further experiments and further studies, change has been allowed to be made that have led us to the science we have today. But we can't go back and individually recreate every one of those experiments and studies that have been done. We have to take a look at it and evaluate it, but to a large extent we have to take on faith that their conclusions were correct. Now, this worries me to a lot of extent, because we can never really be sure of anything. Socratic wisdom states that wisdom is admitting that you do not know. But what is the point of saying that somebody else's beliefs are wrong because they hold them on faith when we do that ourselves? So I guess what I'm asking people out there is if they see any kind of distinction between the faith that we hold in science and the faith that people hold in religion. Now, like I said, it can change with science, and it can't change with religion, but it's still faith. Now, this is something that bothers me quite a bit, because anything is this way. If you read a text, you're taking it on faith, not only that they knew what they were talking about and were correct, but also that you're interpreting that text correctly. Everything that we see around us, we have to have faith in our own ability to interpret it. So I'm just wondering what people out there think of this, and if they have anything that they can think of that disproves that faith in science is different than faith in religion.